So I think the saying goes, the only thing that's certain in life is change. And in terms of my YouTube channel, some things are going to change. I've been on YouTube for about 2 years now, since 2016, I guess. There have been a lot of things that have changed here on YouTube and in my life, and the way that I've seen even myself looking from the outside in on YouTube, things that I never noticed or things that I never thought that I would be or whatnot. YouTube is very different than almost anything you can do in life. The people who come on YouTube, while they are very different, there is one constant thread between all of them, and that is that they have the courage to put themselves in front of an incredibly judgmental audience, the internet, and basically put their effort and emotions towards something that might never be anything. I know that when I started the channel, I never thought it would ever be anything. It came about because I genuinely didn't have a lot of people in my community that knew how to use synthesizers. I knew there was a crowd of people out there who probably felt exactly how I felt, who felt like, this is weird, but I love it. I wish other people could see how great this is if they just gave it a chance. I guess enough of that, the backstory thing. The point is, when I started the channel, I made one video whenever I felt like. Sometimes it was 2 months, sometimes it was 3 months apart. I never felt pressure. I never felt obligated. I never felt like there was something I needed to accomplish for anyone other than myself. Those first videos they're cringy, but I got a lot of criticism and I got a lot of praise for those. The reason why I continued the channel was because of one of the people from Nord noticed the channel and talked about how great he thought it was in terms of production quality and script and everything. While that was amazing because, you know, being backed by Nord or a company like that who you looked up to, who you've played their keyboards and bought their products for, you know, your whole playing career is something that's special, I think. The double-edged sword is when a company like Nord lets you borrow, even borrow, not give you, when they let you borrow a product, they don't do it just so you can borrow it. They do it hoping that you'll do something around it, more or less work for them in a way. That was the first time that it felt different to make a YouTube video. I had never got anything before. I had maybe 700 subscribers at the time. I remember I received the Nord Drum 3P from them, and the first thing I did was think how great it was. But if you watch the video, it's sort of my emotions behind it. I sat that in the corner for months, knowing that they wanted it back, and I'm sure that they wanted a video around it. I honestly, and maybe this is too frank, but I just didn't want to make a video about something that I wasn't just super hyped about. And the Nord Drum 3P is a great instrument. I really liked it once I got into it, but the sort of love for something to explore it was not there in the way it had been for so many of the other things that I had done before that. Things like the Pittsburgh Modular SV1. Come around to 2017, 16, I forgot. Whatever year it was, 2017, I guess. I put up the video, the update video, where I said I was going to try to put out a video a week. I had no idea how difficult that was. When you make something that's as high production value as my videos, right? And you try to do that once a week, I don't think most people realize how difficult that actually is. And I'm not here to toot my own horn or anything. I just don't think that I knew how difficult it was. Going from making one video every couple of months whenever I felt, to putting something like that out almost every week for a year, very hard. And I'm so grateful to everyone who actually stuck around and watched, because behind the scenes, you know, I was going a little insane. In 2017, I met someone that helped me. Jeremy from Red Means Recording is one of the few reasons why I'm still here. In about May or June or whenever it was, summertime, I really tried to put out a lot of content very quickly, and that was the first time that I honestly felt like I was overwhelmed by what was on my shoulders, I guess. A self-imposed pressure for I don't know what. But I think because of how much dedication I have to you guys, in terms of I would have wanted someone to have done that when I was young and loving synths as much as I do now and much as I did then. But it wasn't there, and thankfully, someone like Jeremy, who is probably nicer than I am. Anyway, I'm rambling. So the point is, I've really changed a lot since being on YouTube, from going from just the person who made videos because he felt like it, to really putting in effort into making sure that you guys have something fun to watch, so it's, you know, entertaining to you at home and hopefully helpful as well. In 2017, I did not just the Beginner's Guide to Eurorack, which, wow, that was seriously unserious. And I don't know if I'll ever do something like that again. That was really something. And I did the pedal boards, synths with pedal boards, which both have just been tremendously successful in terms of how much feedback, in terms of how positive they've been. In 2017, it was a great year, and I'm so thankful to everyone who helped make it a better year, from Bo Beats to, of course, Jeremy from Red Means Recording to DivKid. I mean, a lot of these things wouldn't be possible without those people. There's so much to kind of say that went on behind the scenes and on Twitter. It's not as out front as maybe it should be. Meeting Cuckoo and Jade from Dallas Jamming at NAMM was fantastic. It's kind of interesting when you're a person who makes videos all day. I'm either with one cameraman or I'm by myself. You don't get to meet all these great people who you look up to and watch their content, and the real life them is just so great. I mean, it's just so, it's so fantastic to meet people who you admire. So in 2018, the changes that are going to be made are not really about keeping the channel afloat. It's about keeping the channel true to what it was and how it started and why people care about it today. And honestly, why I still care about the channel today. The channel is what I want it to be. I want it to be free and clear of any sort of influences. Yes, companies probably ask me once a week to do something based on their synth or their module or things like that. I think that's great. It means that I'm doing something that really brings such a great and supportive audience, visibility of their, you know, their effort, the company's effort. And, you know, at the end of the day, that means a lot to me. But what means even more to me is that I can say whatever I want without feeling anything. Not every channel can say that. I've ripped Akai, I've ripped Roland. You know why? Because I bought it. I can say whatever I want. Akai has never reached out to me, and they probably never will. Roland has never reached out to me, and they probably never will, after making certain videos about their stuff that I did. But you know what? I don't care. I'm not here for them, I'm here for you guys. And you guys want me to tell the truth. You guys don't want me to be a shill. You guys don't want me to be influenced. You guys don't want me to say anything that gives off that I care more about getting stuff than just creating for you guys. I'm a musician, right? Every synth that I've ever purchased for the channel, I've given it away. Whether I gave it away through Instagram or gave it away to a friend, look around. I mean, the synths that I started the channel with were the Prophet 6, my Sub 37, my small modular setup, my Tempest, my SV1, and my Dave Smith Evolver, my mono Evolver. Look around. If you could look around here, I have less synths than when I started the channel. You know, years ago, I had what you call gas, years and years ago, but I'm a musician. I make music. I need to really love and know the instruments that I have front to back, inside and out. I'm a musician. I'm not a museum. I come from a place of creating music, not just enjoying the tech around it. Honestly, it's not about the stuff. It's about the substance. The channel started. If you watch my second video, it talks about that. So in 2018, I guess I should lay out some goals and some things that are going to change. One, the reason why the channel is so high quality is because it's really a labor of love. No person in their right mind would put in as many hours as I do into their videos unless they truly loved it. It's not for the money. I don't have a Patreon. I don't make real money from any of this. So realize that this is for the community. I love my community. I love the synth community on YouTube, the negatives and the positives. Growing the community of people that can interact and talk to each other about how much they care about these things is what actually means more to me than anything. Longer form content. YouTube has changed and it constantly changes. And this is not necessarily a change for YouTube. This is a change in general. I've been doing the 1-minute synthesizer reviews for 2 years-ish. I've done about 16 or so episodes, 17 episodes, I'm not sure. But the 1-minute synthesizer reviews have been amazing. But after that many and after hundreds of hours that I've spent on those, it's getting a little old. And anyway, nobody honestly, I feel like some people have gotten the joke about the 1-minute synth review, but most people haven't, as they're 10 minutes long at this point. I've got to figure out some new things. And I think that in terms of figuring it out, it takes me stepping back and looking at the things that I liked and didn't like about the 1-minute synthesizer review series. So number 2, the long form content goes hand in hand with stepping outside of YouTube. YouTube is fantastic, but there are other things that will possibly be left as more of a legacy piece than YouTube at times. Working on a series based around synths for Amazon is a big push in 2018. It seems small in terms of just saying that. The standards of something like Amazon is so much higher. As I've had conversations with them about doing something, and I realized that my production value at a place where as long as I switch and change strategies, I am able to do something that will be accepted by them and hopefully will even broaden the audience more. Because I think, you know, binge watching the content here is great, but I think that something like that would even broaden it more to a different audience. 10,000. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's something I'm supposed to be proud of. I think that 10,000 is a number, and I guess some people look to numbers for value, but I look to personal as the internet can get sometimes, relationships with the people who are in my audience who I care about. I honestly get maybe a few emails a week, like personal emails from subscribers who just ask questions about what should they do, what should they get, and what are my opinions on things that they're going to buy, or just showing me cool patches that they've made. That is more of a joy to me than any number. 10,000 means, I don't know, 10 times more than the number that I thought I'd ever get on the channel. So think about that, because I said, I made the goal, if I could do 1,000 subscribers ever, not just in some period of time, I'm talking ever, that would have been just tremendous accomplishment. So 10,000, I mean, it doesn't mean anything without the relationships that I've grown with some people, and you know who you are. I ask you questions because I need your feedback. I'm so grateful for that. Numbers mean nothing without all of the small nuanced interactions that I get with you guys each and every week, and sometimes even more frequently. So thank you. And I want to see every one of you here each time that I do a video so we can talk about it and we can have a conversation. You can make me better. Every one of you matters because it makes the channel what it is. And I think that it's in a better place than it was 2 years ago when it started. And that seriously means something. So remember guys, just every day, keep creating and do it because you want to do it and because you love it. Remember to always be yourselves, and who cares if people accept you? It's really all about how you feel about yourself. I love you guys, and thank you. And I'll see you in the next one.